Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the podcast. I am so grateful and excited to be here with you today. This episode is very near and dear to my heart because one of the miracles that I have been able to witness many times in 2025 is my clients getting pregnant naturally. So, whether you are a man or a woman, whether you are trying to get pregnant now or you are not trying to get pregnant now, maybe it's something you want in the future, maybe it's something you've been through before. This episode is really important because and this is radical and it may be activating for many people. Natural pregnancy is easy when we are deeply, deeply, deeply embodied in the ancient codes and the natural rhythms of life. So, this is a miracle that I've gotten the joy to witness my clients create in our work together through the deep shifts we make in mentorship, through the deep nervous system work. And my intention with this episode is really just to shine a light on what's going on with infertility, what is possible through ancient pregnancy, and what the golden children are and how they're incarnating right now and why this is affecting pregnancy over like throughout the whole world. So that's what this episode is. We have a red rose on the altar today, and it's representing Mary Magdalene. As you know, I'm leading, and you might not know if you're a new listener. Welcome. I am leading the Paris Magdalena retreat in February in Paris. And coding the womb for fertility and wealth is going to be a big part of that retreat, that activation. So if you are a powerful woman and you are here to lead New Earth and you want to come to Paris and be activated in Magdalena codes of fertility and wealth and abundance from the ancient ceremonies and ways and everything we're going to be doing there, apply through the link in the show notes. It is in February 2026. Spaces are filling up now. So we have a red rose. That's in the show notes. We have a red rose representing the divine feminine. And before we start, let's just take a deep breath together. Maybe shake out your arms, literally, no matter what you're doing. If you're walking, if you're at the gym, if you're driving, shake out your arms and just let out any energy that's in your body from before you press play. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Just drop into your body and open your heart space and receive. So, like I said, I've been able to witness so many client miracles, specifically in 2025, of my clients getting pregnant naturally. And it has happened because of a few very, very key things. First, and if you're someone who's struggled with getting pregnant and you're listening to this, I want you to listen with an open mind and know that everything comes from love and that one of my core values as a leader, as a mentor, as a guide, as a healer is truth. The infertility issues that people are having are not normal. It's not normal. It's a result of the food. It's a result of the water. It's a result of lifestyle choices. It's a result of so many different things in our physical environments that literally are not natural, that literally are not healthy for us. Okay. Like our ancestors didn't do IVF. And what I've done with several clients it's a process. It takes several months. A lot of my clients, the first step is, okay, you've got to lose some weight. There's dis-ease in the body. There's general inflammation in the body. And we come at it from there are conditions that must be correct for a pregnancy to occur. And what happens is a soul chooses to incarnate into you as the parent, and they've already decided that you're their parent, like soul to soul. Now it's just a matter of divine timing and if your physical vessel can hold them, if you are connected to them deeply, and, many times there are things in your life that must occur to prepare you to be the parent that you're meant to be for that soul. And so that soul will force your hand for other things in your life, right? So I know without a shadow of a doubt, like that my spirit baby, which I've met my unborn child, I met them 2 years ago, and I actually get their help in the quantum realm to manifest things in my business, to manifest my soulmate, like all of that, because I know that they're going to help me push it forward because they want to incarnate so bad. And it's about like just one example is if you are with the wrong person, that is not like if you're in relationship, a romantic partnership with someone who is not the correct parent for your spirit baby, you will not get pregnant. So there are physical and spiritual reasons for why people don't get pregnant. Okay. The whole infertility, I would call it epidemic or like quote unquote crisis. It's just like everything else of the matrix. It's completely optional. It's completely fabricated. And it's not that it's not real. It's that it's a result of at a chronic mass level self-harm of the physical vessel, of the feminine and the masculine. Because when men eat poisonous foods, are in toxic environments, when they're unhealthy, then they have fertility issues, right? It really is. And the premise of New Earth, the premise of a better world is coming home to the ancient codes, living from the ancient codes, right? No matter where I'm at in the world, I'm eating local organic food because that's what's going to be correct for my body. That's going to be what's healthy. Like, it's not normal that people eat food with poison on it. And then people wonder why they have all these health issues. So something that's been really, really beautiful is me witnessing the miracle of my clients getting pregnant naturally because we leverage the astrology. We get to the deep root of what does it mean to be physically vital for them in their body. So this means food, this means exercise, this means water, this means like one of my clients, and she literally was fasting. She was aggressively fasting because we looked at her human design and I saw the way her brain is set up. Her body is actually designed to thrive fasting, and all of the ancient cultures did fasting. The same people that say that cold plunges are bad for women are the same people that say fasting is bad for women. And I actually read a study that women tolerate cold plunges better than men. Beware of all the propaganda out there. A lot of it is just coming from people who don't want to do uncomfortable things. Literally, all of our ancestors, including women, fasted. They were not eating every hour of every day anything they wanted. And so naturally, their bodies were healing themselves. There wasn't chronic inflammation, there was flow. It was all working in perfect harmony with Mother Earth. Now, my one client, she was doing a ton of fasting and got pregnant while she was doing the intermittent fasting. Like, not even intermittent. She was doing a lot of like 2 day fasts, 3 day fasts, and she felt so good and she was getting a lot of results. There was like extra weight coming off of her body, which this is the root of all extra weight on the body is like unprocessed emotions and shame. Um, and not having mastery of the moment within yourself where you choose self-respect and the creator instead of instant gratification. And then also just having discipline and doing what's different than most people to get a different result, right? Most of my clients, not most, every single one of my clients has something to upgrade in their physical vessel before they can have the healthiest pregnancy ever. And before they can have a healthy pregnancy that they call in naturally. Now, do people that are overweight or like not in their highest health get pregnant? Yes. And there are spiritual reasons for that. However, if you're here for New Earth, if you're here for a better world, like you, me, all of us here in this community, we are not here for the status quo. We are not here for quote unquote good enough. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I doubt that I will have babies in the US because I do not want the US quote unquote healthcare system um tampering with my divine pregnancy and how I bring souls into this world. Like, I am going to have a doula. I'm going to plan to have a home birth. I'm going to have all of these structures set up, and I'm going to be living in a place where you get like a year off. Like, first of all, I'm always going to be my own boss. Like, I I just do not. I'm not a good employee. I don't believe in modern day slavery, basically. Um, it's not my destiny. Some people, it is your destiny to have a job. Like I know people that have jobs, it is their destiny. They're really, really incredibly happy. They're making a huge difference. All of that. However, it's no mother's destiny to get 2 weeks of unpaid maternity leave. That is That is horrendous. So there's what you're going to notice as I share in this episode is like this is a very specific, painful part of life that people just accept scraps. And you've got to shift into the fact that you are spiritual royalty and you do not accept scraps. You do not accept poor treatment. You do not, none of this is good enough for you, right? You have elite, holy, divine standards. And you accept nothing less. And this is why my clients have had miracles of getting pregnant naturally, is because it's like, okay, we're studying the astrology. We're getting their bodies fully online, their physical vessel, the healthiest, most vital versions of themselves. Like changing their food, changing when they eat, changing how they eat, changing their exercise. And some of my clients, they go all in and they do this and they create amazing results. I did have a few clients in 2025 where they actually were unwilling to make the extreme changes that would create the results that they wanted in their lives. And these people actually weren't trying to get pregnant. However, I saw like, oh wow, like they're actually not willing to do what it takes. They're actually not willing to leave the status quo. They're actually not willing to be uncomfortable. Like I once had someone say, they're like, well, I want to lose weight, but I want to have this dessert too. And I'm like, that's not how it works. That's literally not how it works. You either want, and it's not about never having pleasure or never having dessert or something like that, but it's like if you want a different result, change your behavior, change the state of your body. People talk about energetic hygiene all the time, and they're like researching who's the best healer and how can I get an aligned shaman? But it's like you want to know foundations 101 of energetic hygiene is your physical health. At the end of the day, most people have horrible energetic hygiene because they poison themselves all day. They're in self-harm all day. Your physical health determines every other part of your life, including your fertility, including if you get pregnant naturally and with joy and ease, right? It gets to be fun and joyful and easeful. So there's conditions for the physical and there are conditions for the spiritual as well. Like it's got to be divine timing. If you're looking at the astrology, it's when divine timing and everything that the soul of your baby needs comes into form. And something that I've seen as a shaman, the souls that are incarnating right now are called the golden children. And this is a unique soul pad. They are here to flip the grid on planet Earth, okay? If you think that you and I have big jobs for New Earth, first of all, we are not going to see Age of Aquarius. We are the midwives. We are birthing the bloody birth. Our children and their children are going to be in the age of Aquarius, right? We're the midwives for the next golden age. And the golden children are coming in. And these golden children have very specific requirements for the bodies that they will incarnate into, okay? If your health isn't on point, they're not going to incarnate. If you're with the wrong person, they're not going to incarnate. So if you are like prioritizing your health, however, you're in that relationship that's like a good relationship, but it's not your soulmate and you're just settling and you're like, well, I'm already, this old. I might as well settle down with this person. That could be why you're not getting pregnant. Are you leveraging the astrology? That's another reason why. What I've seen is that these souls have higher standards than most people have for themselves in terms of their body. And these golden children are sending you telepathic messages. Are you connecting with them? Are you listening to the messages? They're telling you exactly what kind of food you've got to be eating to get your body ready for them. If you've never read the book Spirit Babies, it's a really good one. Um, let's say you really, really want a boy. However, the soul that chose you, that's meant to incarnate, is here to be a girl. Well, you've already not accepted the truth of their soul. And so they're scared to come earthside because you already want them to be something that they're not because you want a boy. You've got to check all of your human ego things at the door of your womb to call in this elite, advanced, intelligent to incarnate through you. It's a major, major soul mission. People underestimate the leadership role that is being a new earth parent, being a new earth mother. You're birthing the ancient codes of the new paradigm. Spoiler alert, my kids will not go to school. I do not want my kids being brainwashed by the Matrix. And best believe my family's going to cancel me when that happens because I come from a whole bloodline of public school teachers in the US. They are going to cancel the shit out of me. It won't be the first time. However, I refuse to have my sacred divine kids go to an oppressive place that forces them and locks them in a room and teaches them to be compliant and be a good robot employee and not think for themselves and just regurgitate information. Hell to the fucking no. Okay? You've got to be more relentless and more audacious and more unshakable in your standards if you want to get pregnant New Earth style. You do not need to go take a bunch of drugs. I 10 out of 10 recommend advocating for yourself a lot in the Western healthcare system. Anywhere, anywhere. Your body knows If you had to choose between spending $50,000 on one-on-one mentorship with me, where I've gotten helped a lot of people get pregnant naturally from with the ancient codes and these physical and spiritual things combined, or you spend $50,000 on another round of IVF, one is okay at one mentorship. Worst case, you don't get pregnant. However, you create elite physical health and spiritual skill sets that last you for your whole entire life, right? Another round of IVF for 50K, you're outsourcing, you're putting your power in something outside yourself. You're bringing something foreign into your body because of all the hormones and things you got to pump yourself with for that. Like every soul is on their journey and on their path. I'm going to be real with you. When I see someone who's going through IVF, I see that their soul is hurting so bad because their body is literally full of poisons and toxins. Just to get pregnant when what's going to actually, help you get pregnant and actually heal your health long term is eating real food, is stopping poisoning yourself. And for everybody in Europe listening, and it's like, oh, it's just Americans, blah, blah, blah. Europe, the way they self-harm is smoking. Y'all know that shit's gonna give you cancer. Common sense is not common practice. So this is a little bit about ancient fertility, ancient pregnancy, and the golden children incarnating. Um, if you are interested in going deep into this work with me, you will be able to do this either one-on-one or in New Earth Elite. Okay. That's the Dior Mystery School for Spiritual Royalty. It's opening in January 2026. You can apply for one-on-one and the Mystery School in the show notes. I have some other goodies in the show notes, including some fun holiday limited edition opportunities to work with me. However, like, whatever you do, you've got to take this, this work that we do first of all, listening to my podcast is really cool. However, that you're not part of the movement until you get in the actual room. Okay. What you're not changing, you're choosing. And this is just a very specific heightened frequency of what it means to live a life outside of what's quote unquote accepted, right? And then you create exceptional results. Like it's 1,000% possible for you to get pregnant literally the first month that you try if you are in deep, unshakable alignment from the ancient codes, physically and spiritually. I've seen so many client miracles. I've had people struggling to get pregnant for a long, long time. And we go deep into this work. And yes, it takes time. And yes, it takes change. And yes, it takes new choices. And yes, it takes resetting your DNA. And it's 1,000% possible because this is the most natural thing that exists. You've just got to stop doing every other thing that's blocking you that most people tolerate. So, if you want to go deep into this work, links are in the show notes. If you don't know what you want to do, just apply. I'll be in touch. That's this week's episode. Share it with someone you love, maybe someone who is wanting to be pregnant, wanting to get pregnant, or maybe they are a current parent, or just literally anybody who's on the road for New Earth and doing what we are doing here in this community. I love you, love you, love you. Paris retreat in February. Hello. If you want to get pregnant, come to Paris, baby. That's just going to be fire. Something I've done with a lot of my clients in 2025 is in-person womb activations because nothing replaces the in-person, and we do it on sacred land. That's also part of my one-on-ones. So the link to everything is in the show notes. And yes, you can get pregnant naturally from the ancient codes. And the golden children are demanding a higher level of excellence in this. from all of us. So share this episode, apply to go deep with me through the links in the show notes. I love you, love you. Go change the world, be the light, make a stranger smile. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.